Jesus and his disciples were on a boat crossing the Sea of Galilee. As they were sailing, Jesus fell asleep. Suddenly, a fierce storm arose, and waves began to fill the boat with water. The disciples were terrified and woke Jesus, saying, "Master, Master, we're going to drown." Jesus stood up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided, and all was calm. He then asked his disciples, "Where is your faith?" The disciples were in awe and said to each other, "Who is this? He commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him." This story teaches about Jesus' power over nature and the importance of having faith, even in difficult times. Jesus stood in a boat, a fishing boat with oars and a sail, and talked to the many people who had come to hear him. All day long Jesus told them stories. When it was evening, Jesus said to his helpers, "Let us cross over to the other side of the lake and rest." Jesus' helpers untied the boat, that pushed it from the shore, and raised the sail. One man sat in the back of the boat to guide it with the steering tiller. The boat moved slowly at first, and then faster across the quiet blue water. A round yellow moon came up over the lake. The stars twinkled high overhead. Jesus was so very tired. He lay down with his head on a pillow and was soon sound asleep. The man at the back steered carefully. The boat sailed on and on and on. Suddenly, a fierce wind began to blow. It blew a black cloud over the moon. It blew black clouds over the stars. It whipped the water into huge, angry waves. The waves tossed the boat this way and that way, and up and down. There was lightning. There was thunder. The man at the tiller tried to steer the boat, but he couldn't. Other men tried to row the boat with oars, but they couldn't. Water filled the boat. It began to sink. The men were afraid. They woke Jesus. "Lord, save us. We perish," they cried. Jesus heard their cry for help. He felt the angry wind. He saw the lightning flash. He heard the noisy thunder. But he was not afraid. He stood up and said to the wind and waves, "Peace, be still." The wind stopped blowing. The waves were still. The clouds went away, and the stars twinkled again. The boat sailed on the sparkling path that the moon made on the water and crossed to the other side of the lake. "Why were you afraid?" Jesus asked his helpers. "Why were you afraid when I was with you?" What lessons can be learned from Jesus calming the storm? The story of Jesus calming the storm offers several important lessons. 1. Faith in difficult times. The disciples' fear during the storm reflects human anxiety in the face of adversity. Jesus' calm response encourages believers to maintain faith, even when circumstances seem dire. 2. The power of Jesus. This miracle demonstrates Jesus' authority over nature, reinforcing the belief that he is sovereign and can control the chaos in our lives. 3. Presence of God in trials. Jesus being with the disciples in the boat signifies that believers are not alone during their struggles. His presence offers comfort and reassurance. 4. Cry for help. The disciples called out to Jesus for help, teaching us the importance of turning to God in times of trouble. Prayer can be a source of strength and peace. 5. Perspective on fear. Jesus challenges the disciples' fear by questioning their faith. This prompts reflection on how fear can sometimes overshadow trust in God. These lessons encourage believers to deepen their faith, seek God's presence in challenges, and remember his power to bring peace amidst life's storms.